Hey y'all, hey. Thank you guys for coming in and watching Towel Lit. My porch pickings, where I talk about gossip. We gonna gossip. We gonna gossip about Love and Marriage Huntsville season 6, episode 23. So y'all, thank you guys for coming in. I appreciate you guys watching. If you like it, y'all, like, comment, share, subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. You guys know I do not like having long drawn out intros. So we about to get right into it, right? I'm on my porch and we about to talk about it, right? So the first scene of Love and Marriage Huntsville, it just kind of carries on from last episode where Melody is talking to Kiki and Amin, and Melody asks Kiki about, girl, let's shut down the haters. She's telling Kiki, let's shut down the haters, let's go ahead and just shut them down and end all this mess. So let's take a drug test, right? And we saw last episode Kiki was like, whoa. And I was feeling the same way. I'm like, dang, Mel, why would you ask her this if y'all hadn't already discussed it? Why would you ask her to do something like this on national television, and get her honest reaction, right? However, this episode, I'm feeling differently because obviously Kiki decided to do it. Mel talked her into doing it, and she did it. And thank God, and I say thank God in the most spiritual way, not trying to be funny at all, but thank God everything came back clean or whatever. And I'm just happy about that, you guys. I'm not going to spend too much energy or time on that scene, right? So, and let's keep in mind, he did say before she decided to take the test that she didn't have to prove anything to anybody. And I totally agree. She did not have to prove anything to any of us, and especially not the Scotts, right? Marcis and Letitia, I'm the victim, Scott. She ain't got nothing to prove to us or whatever. But I saw what Mel was trying to do. I think Mel was trying to clean up or put to rest whatever the Scotts were trying to bring alive or to make an issue of. And I'm glad Mel did it, although I did not say that in my last video or whatever. I'm glad Mel decided to do it the way that she did. I'm not an executive producer or whatever. However she is, whatever she's getting a credit, however that goes, Mel decided to do it the way that she did it, and it's kind of turning out, in my opinion, that it worked out. So I'm happy about that. I'm really happy about that. And side note, you guys, I just want to say that Mel is just a good person. Like, her character is screaming. Her character is screaming out on the scene, out on the screen, where she's showing that she's a good person. She has good character, and she has good intentions. Obviously, we can't say that about everybody on the show, but I will say that about her, and I like that. But all the millimeters are going to agree to that point, and that's good. Then at that same scene, Mel asked Kiki and Amin, like, I heard you guys move. Why y'all moving again? Like, what's the point of you guys moving again? And and Kiki was like, our oldest son is a star athlete. And was like, things a parent does for their kids or whatever. Absolutely, I mean, absolutely. What we will, any parent who truly loves their kids and want to see their kids actually succeed and go far, yeah, we're willing to do anything or whatever. And so I mean was like, you know, we decided to move districts for his purpose. And Mel then informs Kiki and I mean, y'all, I'm just putting my phone down for a hot second, but you guys can still hear me. She's like, yeah, because Tiffany was saying that you guys are moving and you guys don't even live in the district that your son, their son, did not even live in the district that he was, to the school that he was going to. Kiki was like, why does this girl keep my name in her mouth? She was trying to say that, I think Melanie was saying that Tiffany was implying that they were doing something shady. And Kiki was like, no, we don't do shady stuff. That's not us, that's Tiffany. Tiffany does shady stuff. And it seems like Kiki might know some shady stuff that Tiffany might be doing, but, you know, they didn't say anything. It is what it is, so we're going to move on. All in all, that scene was a good scene. It was a good scene. Kiki said what she had to say. Kiki did what she had to do. She proved the haters wrong. Marsau and Letitia, I'm the victim, Scott, to shut them down. I was happy for that scene. Right? So then we move on to Mark, Sis, and Letitia, I'm always the victim, Scott. They're in their apartment, townhouse, wherever the hell they're at. And it looked like that whole scenery, that whole whatever, looked like they were in a hotel, but they showed the outside of the building before we actually got on the inside. And it looked like a hotel room. It looked like a basic ass hotel room to me. It looked like a basic ass hotel room. So anyway, we're inside, and I'm not going to spend too much time on this. Letitia is trying to get Sis to get his lazy ass up to pack his own clothes because they're going to the beach for one of their daughters, I think Mila's, I could be wrong, Mila's birthday party or whatever. And when Letitia explains to him it's going to be for 5 days because he asked, and she was like, no, Sis. So I still can say she. So she was like, 5 days, babe. No, babe. I got the towel people coming. I got the this people coming, that people coming. And she was like, well, you tell Mila that. And he was like, okay, I guess I can be with you guys for 5. He didn't say that. Okay, 5 days it is. But in my opinion, I felt like he was distraught. Like, he was like, reality hit. I got to be with you motherfuckers for 5 days? I got to be with my entire family, my wife and my kids for 5 whole fucking days? That's how I took that. That's how I took it. And okay, Marcis. And then when Letitia said, well, you tell Mila that you can't do it, he's like, okay, babe, okay. Then he brings up the fact that, she's not accountable or whatever. And she was like, well, tell me in the last 30 days when I have not been accountable. So he brings up when they had the meeting concerning the Black Expo or whatever. And he didn't say Mel's name, but he pointed out the fact that when Mel said what she said, Letitia was not accountable. I'm going to give it up to Marcis. Marcis going to take up for Mel, even when Melanie's old, broke down ass, bum ass, no good ass, piece of shit ass, bald head ass, motherfucking ass, piece of shit, no good baby daddy ass, ex-husband wouldn't. So I ain't mad at him for that. Like, he had to show her And in my opinion, I felt like some men like to play women against each other. Letitia was like, I was accountable. And she reiterated what she did say in that meeting, but because it came off the way that it came off, not only to the audience, but definitely to Marcis, he had to check her on it and show her that. Yeah, no, Letitia, you're not accountable. And it's sad that Marcis actually has this battery stuffed and pushed in Letitia, I'm the victim, Scott's back, where he's creating a monster. He's creating a monster or whatever, because Letitia, and all I have to go by is back first season, second season, Letitia was just a homely ass housewife. But with the demise of the hoax, or Martell and Melody Cherie Rogers, the division of their marriage or whatever, I guess Owen went to kind of put them up front and make them feel like they were the bosses or whatever. But the viewers weren't feeling it, because we see them for who they are. And I'm gonna need Owen to stop. I'm gonna need Carlos King to stop trying to, okay, well, Mel and Martell didn't work. Let's get Letitia and Marceau or Marcis in the next spotlight or whatever. You really think we're dumb? You're playing in our face, Carlos King. Stop playing in our face. Ain't nobody got time. We see these bum ass niggas for who they are, these scamming ass niggas for who they are. Stop trying to push them up to the forefront to make them seem like they're bosses. They're not. The only boss that I have seen since watching this show on the OWN network is Melanie Cherie. I see no one else being a boss. I'm gonna be honest with you. I see no one else being a boss. All the castmates, included, no one else is a boss. A successful boss, I'll say. Moving on. Like, stop playing in our faces. Like, I'm even bored with seeing Marcis and Letitia, I'm the victim, Scott. I'm tired of you throwing them in our face. Okay? Because Kimmy and Maurice ain't doing nothing. Let's be clear. They ain't doing nothing. Good. Maurice brought you a truck. Good. That's fine. That's the very least he could do, considering everything that you've been in. I'm happy about that, Kimmy. I'm happy for you. But I'm going to still stay on your fucking neck. Because, Kimmy, I feel like, in my opinion, you've actually had a sit down with your husband, Maurice, your sister-in-law, Letitia, I'm the victim, Scott, and Marcis, Scott. You actually had conversations where y'all came to come together where, Kimmy, you're going to have to be on this team. And that's usually how people who are not necessarily on the winning team, they kind of gang up. Everybody kind of want to gang up on the negative side, and no one wants to get on the winning side. But it's all good, because the winning side, that it be, or being male, balances out all the negative people, energy, Scott's on that side. So it's a scale, and the scale is balancing in the way that it should. Because how I'm looking at the scale, Melanie she's up there. Or no, she's down there. If you think about scales, I'm sorry, you guys. If you think about scales, Mel is the only one on her side. And you got the Scotts, you got Martell, you got all them other people, Stormy, everybody else trying to pull her down. But she's still at the bottom because she's holding you motherfuckers up. So think about scales, you guys. Think about scales, right? Yeah, think about the scales. Like you think about the scales, like whatever's heavier is going to outweigh whatever's lighter, right? So my point is, Mel is the heaviest. So she's sitting at the floor. The Scotts, Martell, Stormy, and anybody else who's against her, they're up in the air. Like they if you know about scales, you already know. Just because you up in the air definitely doesn't mean you're winning. And also, going back to Marceau and Letitia, I'm the victim Scott. When she told Marcis to get up and get his clothes together, pack his clothes so they could go on this trip, this is something else that stood out to me. And he was like, no, whatever. I was like, damn, she got to do all that too? Like, she not only got to worry about herself, make sure the kids got what they need, but she got to worry about you packing your own shit? Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Like, this nigga really makes you do every goddamn thing. Letitia, no wonder you could never be who the hell you trying to be. Because your husband won't let you. He will not let you be anything other than a fucking housewife. In 2023. And he didn't bring home the bacon like that. Y'all asses moving from pillar to post. Y'all have not, I don't know what the hell y'all got going on now. Like, I'm still confused as to why you guys are living in an apartment and Marceau is remodeling this renovational home. Oh my God. It's like you guys, and I'm going to say it because I heard somebody say it, throwing things at the wall to see what's going to stick. Marceau Scott. Just throwing things at the wall to see what's going to stick. It's funny how your conscience actually seeps out and you actually speak it for everybody to hear. Letitia, your big back ass is sitting up here going along with him. But okay, girl. Okay. And since we're talking about Marcis and Letitia, I'm the victim Scott. Bella! Y'all excuse me, my sugar is not happy. And speaking of which, I'm so sick of Letitia always thinking people coming for her marriage. You would think, and I guess in her mind, her marriage is royalty. Her marriage is to be untouched with, untouchable. And I guess that's for the cast members, right? My thing is, Letitia, I'm always the victim Scott. Sugar, love, dumpling, pudding. I'll be the first, if you ain't hear from nobody else, and I'm sure you have, but I'll be the first one to tell you, girl, we don't give a fuck about you and your marriage with no damn Marceau Scott. We don't fucking care. You're the only woman who truly is in love or wants that ninja. And anybody else who's sitting up here playing up in your face, making you think your husband is some big commodity, they playing in your face. They only doing it to mess with you. They only doing it because they know your husband is a weak ass nigga. Like a lot of niggas, like a lot of men, y'all forgive me for saying that, but like a lot of men, they only don't mess with him because he ain't no looker. He's no looker. Let's be clear. He's no looker, and he ain't no fucking multi-millionaire. Letitia. I'm always the victim, Scott. Nobody checking for your husband like that. No real woman. So if he's getting anything on the side outside of you, trust me, it's no threat. It's no threat. And I think they said it on the show. And if you didn't hear it on the show, you've heard it elsewhere. You mess with somebody who has something to lose. Them little young girls, your makeup artists, them people, whoever, hairdressers, they ain't got nothing to lose. They don't have nothing to lose. They don't. So you get mad at Kiki for shining light on some stuff. And Kiki, y'all, I have left the script. I'm no longer going on script with this. Kiki Jabbar, sugar. Do yourself, your family, your husband, and all the viewers a favor. Stop worrying about Letitia. I'm always the victim, Scott. Stop worrying about your cousin. Stop. Because obviously, if you've done everything you said and you could do to prove to her that her husband is cheating, and I got a problem with that. I was married once before. And it wasn't that I did not want to hear. Your place. If you brought it up to her, you brought it to her attention, and she turns on you, then by all means, loose yourself of them ties that bind. Anthony Lofties, shout out to Anthony Lofties, because I watched his interview I watched his review on this past episode, and he made it so clear. He made things really, really clear when he was talking about Mel and Martell. And he's also made things clear with you. And Kiki, I love you, and I want to continue to love you, and I'm going to love you. But going forward, sugar, The hell with Letitia. Don't be focused on Letitia. Focus on, you said y'all got a son who's a star athlete. I want to hear more about that. Y'all are moving. Let me see what that process is. You have smaller kids. I would love to understand and see who they are. You know, I would love to see more of a meme. Because we have a shortage of real men on this show. So our meme would probably be a plus. He would probably be a plus. So Kiki, if you're listening, I hope you are listening. And if she's not listening, y'all share this video. Tag her in it, because I love Kiki and I want Kiki to win. But I don't want her to win just on the backs of fighting with Marcis and Letitia. I'm always the victim, Scott. I don't want to see that. I don't want to see that. Because in the viewers' eyes, and I know I have a whole lot of people who will agree with me, we do not care. We do not care about them. And the more that you kind of focus on them, is making them important when they're really not that important to us, because we see them for who they are. Thank you. Thank you for whatever you did, which wasn't much, because they've done enough to showcase who they truly are. Okay, let's move on. Let's go ahead and move on. So, Mel meets with her event planner at her house, right? And they're talking about her name change event. Cause absolutely, Mel, she gonna get rid of the Hope name, and she wants to go back to her maiden name. Mel is such a boss. And so they're talking about things, you know. Didn't look like her event planner was there that long. And then the doorbell rings, and she gets up and she's like, it's probably my mom, because she was expecting her mother. And she opens the door, and we see the beautiful face of Miss Vanessa. Miss Vanessa, I was so happy to see her face. I was so happy to see her face. And you guys, it's kind of bringing me to tears, because I no longer have my mother here on earth. So it was just Miss Vanessa coming in, and not only because I lost my mom, or my mom is no longer here, but because the production of OWN Love and Marriage Huntsville, for whatever reason, has not been showing Miss Vanessa, the only classy mother on the show. But okay, I'm gonna move on. Miss Vanessa comes in. Miss Vanessa is like, a little tired from her drive, her 4-hour drive. And I'm wondering, is she coming from Atlanta, or wherever she's coming from? And is Mel from Atlanta? I don't know. But anyway, so while they're in there, they're still talking to the event planner. And the event planner is she's throwing out ideas or whatever. You guys, you see I'm back. I never left. Throwing out ideas, and then she finally says, well, I'm gonna go out. I want to go to the backyard, and I want to take some pictures or whatever. And Mel's like, go ahead, help yourself, girl, or whatever. And she, so when the event planner leaves, Mel is explaining to her mom, Miss Vanessa, that she got some information in the mail that she had yet to open, which is concerning, which has everything to do whether or not she has been granted the right the right to have her name changed. And her mom was like, so you are planning an event and you don't even know if you haven't granted that right? And she was like, no. She said, but you're here, Mom. This is what Mel is saying to her mom. You're here, and I kind of want to do it with you. And she's like, okay. Miss Vanessa being like any mother. Miss Vanessa, excuse me, you guys. Miss Vanessa, I love you. You're such a sweetheart. You're such a sweet soul. I see it. It comes off. Or whatever. So Mel goes and get the paperwork, right? She opens everything up, and now she's reading it, right? She's reading it, and you guys, while she was reading that she was granted the right to change her name, you guys, I was in tears. I was in tears. I really was in tears, right along with Miss Vanessa. Mel says, Mommy, don't cry. Ma, don't cry. Why wouldn't she cry, sugar? And I know, as a child, us as children, to our parents, we don't ever want to see them cry. But Miss Vanessa was like, it was tears of joy. Because Miss Vanessa knew what she went through. She knew what her baby went through. That was so deep for me. And just by looking at this scene, it made me wish Mel had more support on this show. You know what I'm saying? Again, I said it in my last video, and I'm going to say it again. I don't know why Stormy fell out with Mel. I don't know if she was just trying to jump on the bandwagon with everybody else. I don't know. And it's crazy, but this season, I actually am liking Stormy. I'm liking her because she's calling a spade. Like when she called Sis out, she called a spade. And that's why I just wish they could be closer. But I'm not there. I'm not in that friend group, so I don't know. However, you guys, but yeah, this was a touching scene for me or whatever, and it's sentimental. And I'm just move on. So now, I'm just jump into the Nell Fletcher and Martell Hope. Hotel Hope. Walkie-talkie. This ninja, right? So the scene comes up. Nell Fletcher's out there watering her flowers in front of her beautiful home. And Martell comes in one of his suits, his tight-fitting suits that we've seen him in before. Let's be clear, we've seen him in this suit before. And he's holding two bottles. Two bottles of the Inez Mad Dog 2020 bottles. And so she was like, hey, Martell, they embrace each other. And she was like, okay, well, you mind sitting down? Because you look nice. But do you mind sitting down outside? He's like, oh, yeah, it's fine. Yeah, Martell is used to being in tight-fitted suits or whatever. And sitting down on the outside. Whatever. So they're talking. And, because I think the Fletchers are having some type of dinner, right? That evening. And I'm just getting to it, but Nell brings up the fact that Melody is having a name-changing ceremony. She tells Martell that, and Martell is like, she's like, how do you feel about that? And she said she was going, they were going. And he was like, well, you know, he's searching up in the sky, in the moons and stars above. And this what this ninja came up with. I feel like I want to know all of my friends who are going to this event, because, and I'm paraphrasing, if my so-called friends are going, then they're really not my friends. And Nell says, well, why do you feel that way? You guys, this is off the dome. I'm freestyling this part, right? was like, because I feel like if you're a friend of mine, you shouldn't be going to anything that she's doing. And I feel like it's a slap in the face. Although he did not say slap, he said something else. And she's like, why do you feel that way? Because, I mean, we've been divorced for 2 years. No, Ninja. Y'all been divorced longer than 2 years, but okay. Who's counting? We are. And he says, like, why she got to do all this? And this feels like it's permanent. Like, this is it. And then, so now while he's saying this, you guys, I'm thinking to myself, well, damn. If the divorce wasn't enough, like, she divorced your ass. She was done with your ass before she even divorced you. But she divorced you. And now, because she's having this name change ceremony, is that the nail in the coffin for you? Maybe so. Maybe so. Because with stupid people, but anyway, yeah, I'm sorry. I was thinking. He was like, well, she, Mel cheated on me with several different guys. Nell said, well, I don't know anything about that, Martell. Well, have you asked her? Because you guys, if you saw the episode, you saw he got all kind of excited, belligerent, and animated. And Nell was like, well, no, I never asked her. And the only thing, in my opinion, that Nell should have said in response to him saying, have you ever asked her? Nell, in my opinion, should have said, well, she never gave me a reason to ask. She never gave me a reason to ask if she cheated on you also. And let's be clear, you guys, when I say this, I don't care. And I think I'm in agreement with whole lot of people in the world who actually watch this show. If she did cheat, we don't fucking care. It doesn't even fucking matter. Because, homeboy, your ass went out here, you not only cheated, you cheated with the same woman, and you had a baby from her. And I'm only saying this to remind Martell, Holt, Walkie Talkie, Miss Marlene's boy, that he did this. Because, narcissists don't like to take accountability. They will never take accountability. They will lie, steal, and cheat to make you look bad before they take accountability. And Martell Scott has shown us nothing but that. To the point where now it's like, I mean, it got verbal. It got verbal. But he gets so excited, so angry, because Mel is striving. Mel is going upward and forward because she got the energy of everybody who sees her, who knows her truly. Outside of Love and Marriage Huntsville, the cast of Love and Marriage Huntsville, she has everyone rooting for her. So she has a lot of positive energy. A lot. Only because we call a spade a spade. We see things for what they are. And she had no support. She had no support from Kimmy. And me, just like a lot of people, a lot of viewers, we expected much more from Kimmy. But Kimmy has settled to this guy. Right, wrong, or indifferent, she has settled to be a guy. That's where she has messed up at. And since I'm talking about Kimmy, because her and Mark Reese have not produced anything, hadn't produced anything worthwhile. Oh. And when I say worthwhile, we all know Kimmy has went through her health scare or whatever, right? Okay, that was telling, that was informative, that was very much so a private issue. Destiny. Because she was like, she couldn't get anything out of Destiny. Well, Kimmy, we can't really get a whole lot out of you. And if we do get anything out of you, we don't care. Like, we're happy that you're good. You finish your chemo, radiation. We're happy about that. We're ecstatic about that, to be honest with you. But other than that, y'all ain't giving nothing. Y'all actually boring. And the only thing that's not so much boring as opposed to you guys, across from you guys, is Marcis and Letitia, I'm Always the Victim, Scott. And we don't care about them either. Like, we all know and heard that Marcis Scott, Marceau, if you're new here, has a clause in his contract where you can't bring up any of his infidelity. Yeah. For those who don't know, he has a clause where you can't bring up him cheating or any infidelity or whatever. Why is that? Why is that, Letitia? Because I'm sure if we know that, you should definitely know that. And if you do, which I'm sure you do, why do you feel compelled to ask every couple on this show if they dealt with it? When you know, or is it because you know, that you can ask these questions, but no one can ask those questions of you and your husband? Girl, get out my face. Get out my face, Marcis. Get out my face. Marcis, you like Homer Simpson. You gonna always and forever be Homer Simpson to me. And Letitia, you're gonna always be the dodo bud. The dodo bird. That's it. That's all. And I'm tired of talking about you guys. I'm sick of talking about you people. Get somebody else to do it. Moving on. And saying all that, I'm so happy that we get to see the insides of Nell and Chris Fletcher. And they have their beautiful children. They have beautiful kids. I'm so happy next season, next episode, we're going to see their children on here. And we're going to see little Nell Fletcher, the little spicy side of her. And I'm a short lady too. I'm a short little lady, a little cute little lady as well. So I understand. I ain't about to play with y'all. Yeah, let's move some of these other old people out, and let's introduce the Fletchers. I like them. I'm really liking them. I like Chris Fletcher because Chris Fletcher, he's a broker, a real estate broker. Nell Fletcher, she has a whole daycare. They have a beautiful home, and we're being introduced to their beautiful family. And I'm happy about that. I'm real happy about that because I didn't like the way Kimmy, and I'm going to say it, did not like the way when Maurice and Jalen surprised Kimmy with that Jeep, right? Follow me, you guys. And not Nell, but Mel was the only one. And Mel, I'm gonna need you to pipe down, sugar. I love you with all my heart. I'm gonna need you to pipe down with your energy. And when I say that, I'm gonna need you to pipe down with the energy that you share with others who are not receiving of your energy. Kimmy is definitely not receiving of your energy. We already know Letitia's not. And I know I skipped over when they went to the little workout class or whatever. I didn't really feel like talking about that because it was so whatever. Letitia acted like a spoiled ass brat. She wanted to get to that damn once in a lifetime family vacation that she was going to have with her husband and their kids. She wanted to get to that, and she didn't want to be bothered with anything about Kiki because she don't care. Marcy's got Letitia, I'm forever the victim, Scott, thinking she's better than Kiki. She's better than all of them. Like, he is brewing a monster with her. And I'm going to say it. I said it before and I'm going to say it again. Letitia, keep your ass in the gym. Because you got this whole BBL, because I remember how you looked before you came on the scene, before you became who the fuck ever you are right now, you trying to portray. I'm going to need you to keep your ass in the gym, because you're going to have to work out that back. That back. You're going to have to work out that back, honey. You're going to have to keep working out. And I'm being petty when I say this, but I'm being honest as well. Because from what I understand, if you got a BBL, you got whatever kind of work done, you ain't just got that work done. And you just going to walk around here and look like that forever. No, honey, you going to have to go and work that shit out. Mm-hmm. But I want to say I'm disappointed in Kimmy. I ain't even mad at her. I'm mad and disappointment, and being disappointed is two different things. I'm disappointed because there was an episode or a season when Kimmy was like she ain't had the energy to give to Letitia. Well, today she got the energy to give to her. I don't like it. Because in my opinion, in order to give Letitia the energy that she acquires, is giving her a pass on being a fucking brat. And you guys, that's all I got. I ain't got no more, nothing else to say. I love you guys. Thank you so guys for coming to my channel. Please like, subscribe, and share my video. Because I do this because I love you guys, and I'm passionate about what I do. So please just do what you do. You guys have a great night. Good night.